The environment and homes are getting smaller, and there are fewer wildlife populations as our contemporary culture becomes more resource intensive. Time on Earth is becoming scarce for some species. The greatest danger to the continued existence of endangered species is humankind, with poaching, habitat degradation, and the consequences of climate change becoming the main culprits. Welcome to the Elite List channel, the one channel for all the best elite lists of facts around the globe. Ready to dive in? Let's go! Since 1970, the world's wildlife populations have decreased by an average of 69% according to our 2022 Living Planet report. The fact that many creatures are still in risk of extinction, largely as a result of unsustainable human-led activities, is astonishing and inspirational despite the remarkable and inspirational wildlife accomplishments and stories from the past. The threat of extinction has been determined to be present for more than 41,000 species. 10 of the most critically endangered wild animals in the world are here. Number 10. Gorillas. Gorillas are amazing animals that have 98.3% of our DNA in common. Did you know that they can laugh? They are capable of experiencing emotions just like humans do, and they occasionally act just like us. The eastern and western gorillas are separate species, and each has 2 subspecies. On the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, 3 of the 4 are classified as critically endangered. The mountain gorilla, a subspecies of the eastern gorilla which is regarded as endangered, is the only one that isn't. There are only about 150 to 180 adult cross-river gorillas living in the wild as of the time of writing, June 2020. Their decline is mostly brought on by poaching, habitat loss, disease, and human conflict like that of many other endangered species. Gorillas have a low reproductive rate, meaning females only give birth once every 4 to 6 years, which contributes to their lengthy recovery time. In her lifetime, a female will produce 3 to 4 times. Number 9. Rhinos. The term rhino and seros, which signify nose horn in English, are the origin of the name rhinoceros. Don't you think that the name is quite appropriate? Unfortunately, their largest threat comes from poaching for their distinctive horns. They are shown as a status symbol and an indication of riches in traditional Chinese medicine. A Javan rhino horn can sell for up to $30,000 per kilogram on the underground market due to how highly valued they are. As a result, the black rhino, the Javan rhino, and the Sumatran rhino are 3 of the 5 species of rhinoceros that are among the most endangered in the world. The Javan rhino is one of the most in danger of going extinct. There are only 46 to 66 of them left, and they are all in Indonesia's Ujung Kulon National Park. Number 8. Sea turtles. Sea turtles are the next species on our endangered species list. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, there are 2 sea turtles species that are severely endangered: Kemp's Ridley and hawksbill turtles. Although the population is declining and numerous subpopulations are in danger of going extinct, leatherback sea turtles are still considered to be vulnerable. Sea turtles are among those of the most at risk from hunting when people steal their eggs, shells, meat and skin. Along with climate change, they are also at danger from pollution, bycatch and lost habitat. Eggs that developed as females in warmer sand temperatures decide the sex of the hatchlings. That implies that population sex ratios could be skewed by even slight temperature variations. Additionally, when sea levels rise, breeding beaches can vanish beneath the waves. Number 7. Saola. One of the most uncommon big mammals on the planet is the saola. The Annamite Range in Vietnam was the site of the initial discovery in 1992, which was also fascinating that it was heralded as one of the most remarkable zoological discoveries of the 20th century. The saola is considered the Asian unicorn because it is so elusive and hardly seen. It is one of the rarest large terrestrial mammals on Earth and is thought to be critically endangered, while precise population estimates are difficult to come by. Number 6. North Atlantic right whale. The North Atlantic right whale's name was given by whalers. They are gentle giants that frequent coastal areas and frequently feed on zooplankton at the surface, making them an easy target and the perfect whale to hunt. One of the largest whales in danger of extinction, they were nearly exterminated by hunters who sought for their meat and the oil-rich fat known as blubber. Only around 400 of them remain now, and only about 100 of them are breeding females. Although hunting is prohibited and they are now protected, population growth is modest. The first 10 years of a female's life are spent without bearing children, and after that, every 6 to 10 years, she will give birth to a single calf. boat collisions, and entrapment in fishing gear are two of the main hazards to their continued existence. Additionally, the noise from ship traffic hinders their capacity to communicate. Whales communicate with one another and use sound to find mates, find food, and avoid predators. It's an absolutely crucial sense. The supply of food may also be impacted by climate change and changing water temperatures, which will have an impact on survival and reproduction rates. Number 5. Tooth-billed pigeon. Tooth-billed pigeon are going extinct at an alarming rate, following in the footsteps of its relative, the extinct dodo. There are just 70 to 380 of them left in the wild on Samoa, where they alone exist, and there are no captive populations to support conservation efforts. Actually, not much is known about tooth-billed pigeons. They are exceedingly difficult to spot and evasive. In the past, hunting significantly contributed to their decrease and resulted in the deaths of thousands of individuals. Even though it is against the law, tooth-billed pigeons continue to be mistakenly killed while being hunted for other species. At the moment, habitat loss is one of the greatest dangers. Large portions of their homes have been devastated by storms, cleared for agriculture, or colonized by alien trees. Additionally, they run the risk of being eaten by invading species like feral cats. Number 4. Gharial. Indian gharial are fish-eating crocodiles. They receive their name from their long, thin snouts, which feature a huge bulge on the end that resembles a pot called kara. Only emerging from the water to bask in the sun and lay eggs, they spend the majority of their time in freshwater rivers. Gharial populations have tragically been declining since the 1930s, and this big crocodilian is now in danger of being extinct. In the wild, there are only 100 to 300 left. Their decline is caused by a number of problems, many of which are man-made. Some of the largest risks include habitat loss, pollution, and entanglement in fishing nets, as well as poachers who hunt them for their traditional medicinal use. Number 3. Kakapo. Kakapos are nocturnal, ground-dwelling parrots native to New Zealand, and yet another instance of an animal that people have endangered. There are just about 140 of them left, and each one has a unique name. They are extremely endangered. They were originally widespread in New Zealand and Polynesia, but now just 2 tiny islands off the coast of southern New Zealand are home to them. Predation by introduced species like cats and stoats that hunt using scent is one of the biggest dangers to kakapos. When confronted, a kakapo's natural response is to freeze and disappear into the backdrop. It works well against predators that hunt primarily with their eyes rather than their noses. Additionally, when seeking food, females leave the nest unattended, making the eggs readily exposed to predators. Due to aggressive conservation efforts, the population is now growing, which is good news. However, the genetic variety of the remaining kakapo is minimal, which could have an impact on survival in the future, particularly if they contract the disease. Number 2. Amur leopard. Unluckily, Amur leopards are among the big cats that are in the greatest danger of extinction. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, only 92 Amur leopards remain in their original range as of 2014. They are listed as critically endangered. The current estimate for that number is less than 70. Humans pose the greatest threat to all of the species on our endangered list. Both their magnificent coats and their bones they sell for use in traditional Asian medicine are prized by poachers. Additionally, they are in danger from habitat loss brought on mostly by natural and man-made fires. The habitat of Amur leopard is shifting as a result of climate change, which is also reducing the availability of prey. Number 1. Vaquita. The vaquita is the world's tiniest marine mammal and also one of the most vulnerable species. Since 1996, the IUCN has listed the vaquita as critically endangered, and as of 2018, only 6 to 22 individuals remained, only 9 according to the most recent estimate from July 2019. Totoaba, a large fish prized for its swim bladder, is the species that poses the greatest threat to illegal fishermen. Vaquitas mistakenly get caught in the totoaba gill nets and drown because they can't swim to the surface to breathe. Gill net use in vaquita habitat was outlawed in July 2016 as a result of conservation efforts, yet illegal fishing still occurs and the threat still exists. The current focus is on punishing individuals who use gill nets and upholding the ban on them. Additionally, conservationists are attempting to reduce the demand for totoaba, a protected species. The conservation of endangered species is crucial for preserving the health of the planet because they make up a significant portion of the world's biodiversity. Here are the top 10 most endangered creatures in the world whose conservation is essential to maintaining the ecosystem's balance and health. The only way to guarantee that future generations can appreciate these animals' beauty is by protecting them and their habitats. Thank you for watching, subscribe, like and comment below.